Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the live stream. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of, we're going to be doing the Funday Sunday thing. So let's go back to what we had last week. We've started a gym in which we could move around in 3D. It was a complex state machine where you could define multiple states for your character. So having this type of control for your character is going to allow you in the future to create some more states such as, oh, right now he's riding on the horse, or right now he's climbing up a ladder, and have like seamless transition in between those without having to code everything in a big file where you just get lost. Hey guys, I might have just I need to actually like start doing the live stream and then give a minute for people to join before I start talking, but I always think about the vlog the VODs in the end, so the videos and the men. So meanwhile, I am going to open up the project we had last week. Good morning, sorry about my burps. I'm drinking some orange juice this morning. I dropped the coffee. Coffee was bad for my health. So we're gonna wait a little bit before people join in. And yeah, so we're just gonna be messing around a little bit with that. I'm not quite sure where we're gonna go. Maybe start adding some platformer features. Add some collectible that give you power-ups, or start coding more states such as climbing up a ladder and that kind of stuff. We might also go in the asset store get some stuff, but if I go in the asset store, then I can't send you the project afterwards. That's like my biggest problem. If you go in the asset store, then you cannot redistribute other people's asset. Hey guys, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. It's like a wonderful morning here in the middle of Quebec City. Well, not so wonderful, but hey, at least it's not raining. I'm just drinking my orange juice, just chilling a bit. Oh, by the way, guys, we're gonna be on Discord, so I also gotta be changing the title of this thing, but we're gonna be on Discord on Funday. Let me quickly change the title of the live stream. Funday, Sunday, State Machine. There we go. That's gonna be it for now. How do I check if it's saved or not? I think it is. Okay. I hope the sound is good. I hope everything is fine. I'll do a quick shout out on Discord. Hey everybody who's joining. Like I said, today we're gonna be working on the state machine a little bit. Of course, the code is gonna be given out at the end on Discord, so you can join using the link in the description below. So, quickly gonna have a look at what we had last week. What did we have last week exactly? We had a moving character. We could not jump, so no jumping state in here. He was following the ground, so that's cool. We had a little glitch right here, I remember. Yes, that was not cool. But let's start with the easiest one. Let's start with jumping. So when you go about adding a new state in this whole system, all you really have to do right here is add, well, first a new script for your state. So create. This is going to be jumping. You got to make sure this one inherits from the base state. Hey, what's up, Sam? Thank you for telling me I'm awesome. That's some morning compliments that I will take. And once you have your state, at that point, I would just go on and try to copy something else we had in the past. So here we do a construct, that's fine. We need a process motion for every single one of those, so public override. Process motion, oh. Then we do a process motion, and also for this one, since it's a jumping state, I will also override the construct. And when we start jumping, then let's actually do a motor.vertical velocity is going to equal to some kind of jump force. So that jump force going to be defined at the top. Might take it public so I can test it out in the inspector. Public float jump force. Cool. People are slowly joining in. That's awesome. Am I doing good? Yes, I'm doing good. Comment ça va? Ça va super bien en ce beau matin de printemps. On n'est pas le printemps, on est-tu le printemps? Été, automne, hiver. I don't even know which season we're at. So the vertical velocity is going to be equal to the jump force as soon as we construct the jumping phase, which means, well, our vertical velocity is going to go up instantly. So from the moment we enter this, we're supposed to have a 30 meters. That's a little bit too much, isn't it? Let's do 14. There we go. And to make sure that this thing actually goes down, in the process motion, I will be doing a process gravity, apply gravity. Motor helper, apply gravity. We're going to be applying gravity on the reference input vector we get. Vertical velocity is the motor dot vertical velocity. Again, that one is a reference, so we can modify it on the go. The gravity, I think it's 21. I don't quite remember. Let's do 21. Let's try that. And then the terminal velocity, I don't have one. Let's just put that on 30 for now. But of course, those are all things I can modify in the future. Hey, what am I working on? I'm working on a third-person character controller, a complex state machine, so you can just create a real game with that, I guess. Just a question. I'm 25. Is it too late for me to make video games? 25 is like so young to make video games. You still have like a lot of time left. There's people that go and do full university bachelors. I don't know how they call it in English or in the States, but they go and they do that. They come back and they're still too young to make video games sometimes. But no, it's nothing. Nothing is too. It's never too late, basically, to do that. Hey, been learning from you since last December. I hope you're having a good time. Reference is simply the ampersand symbol. I guess you could say it is, yeah, if you're talking about C++. But yeah, it would just pass in as a reference, basically. Yeah. I'm all out of orange juice. Alright, so we have a jump right here. The jump only kicks you at the beginning using this line right here, and it makes you fall. Well, it actually reduces the vertical velocity for a while. Now, I'm going to do a override on the transition because we need to get out of the jump. You enter the jump, right now there's no way to get out. So we're going to do some condition right here. If, and I'm also going to remove the base, I don't need it here. If motor that is grounded, so if you're touching the floor, then as soon as you're touching the floor, we're going to change the state for something else, so walking. And just like that, we have a complete jumping. We can't move while we're jumping. It's pretty bad, to be honest, but we can fix that in a second. Let me just show you how it works. So right here, how do we explain this? So you have to choose from where you can enter the jumping state. Basically, right here, I'm in the walking state. It's logical for me to be able to jump when you're walking or when you're idle, basically. So right here, I could go and say if input get key down, key code space, motor, change state, and we're entering the jumping state. Which means that as soon as we press space and we are walking, then we can enter jumping. Now, if I was to put this code right here in the falling, then that would kind of suck because you'd be able to jump while falling, which doesn't really make any sense. Drink some vodka. Yeah, I have some. I could. It's a little bit too early for that. Salut en passant. Ça va? Can we make a rolling sky game replica? I don't know what rolling sky is. Oh, that actually looks fun. Well, I mean, the graphic looks better than everything I can make. Let's go in the video tab. Sorry, that was loud. Hey, that looks really fast-paced and complex. I mean, we can't do it in one session, that's for sure, but if you just break it down little by little, everything is possible. Let's just stick to that. Made a few games as well. You've been an awesome teacher. Hey, Farah, just link your game. We're gonna have a look at them. It's Funday Sunday. We do pretty much everything we want, to be honest. But yeah, the rolling sky thing is a little bit too intense for a Monday morning. Sorry, Sunday morning. Alright, no reference exception. We did not drag and drop our state to our player. Let's actually add that right here. So jumping. And we have the default values, so we have the jump force and also gravity. Could use that in the future. Look at this amazing jump. It's lacking something. It's lacking a lot of things actually. Hey! Okay, so that looks like teleport to me. It's not really cool. We're entering, like, we're literally entering the falling state right away, but I did not even specify that anywhere. So if we are grounded, we're entering the walking state. That's fine. Now actually, let's not add this. We don't need this one, I just realized. Let's do if motor.vertical velocity is smaller than 0, then we're going to go into a falling state. And then the falling state is going to actually take care of grounding us if we need to. So change state. This is going to be the falling state. Yeah, it doesn't really fix our problem where we just teleport ourselves, but oh, actually it does. Hey, look at this jump, guys. All predicted. All good. We still have like a little bit of influence left and right, and that's because we take in the direction actually the input vector, and the input vector is normalized, so we can still move 1 meter a second towards the right or left. A little bit more when we're falling. I don't know if you guys can tell, but like we have a phase where we're jumping. That's the phase where we're jumping right here, and as soon as we hit motor vertical velocity less than 0, then we enter the falling state. You can look at it right here. So we're currently walking, jump, and then we're falling. While we're falling, we're moving a little bit faster because that's what we specified in our falling state. So we still killed it, we still applied a speed. Let's do the exact same thing for our jumping, shall we? Boom, put that here. And let's take the move speed as well. Feel like putting everything on actual, like, public. Let's read a bit of comments. Best jump ever. I know, right? The one we had earlier. Amazing jump. But yeah, so we have the jump working right here. We have that's it. We have the jump working. Goddamn, I wish I was good in mathematics. I've always wanted to program shit like that. Well, it's never too late. We talked about this morning. Never too late to learn. Alright, so how could we go and show how flexible this thing can be? I feel like I'm just gonna take the same exact example I did in the presentation. We're gonna make a stupid ladder. Yep. Let's do a cube. Oh, actually that's gonna be good. Yeah, let's do a cube. Let's create a ladder out of cube. Using the nice shortcuts somebody taught me about yesterday. You know what? Let's make this clean. Let's actually like make this not look so shitty. I'm sorry about my awful swear words in the morning. I don't really watch what I say too much, so if you guys don't like it, I'll try to make this more family friendly. But hey, Thank you so much for the donation. Merci, Max. Je t'aime, Max. I always like forget that there's the there's the whole donation thing on YouTube. I haven't figured out how it works yet. Like I've been watching other people live stream on YouTube, but I still don't know how to donate to them. Like I don't see the buttons. Actually, I see it now. It's it's right next to Smiley. Well, thank you so much, Max. Pour tout le monde qui parle en français, Max a une chaîne avec des mystères dessus, c'est fou raide. T'écoutes ça, là, t'apprends des trucs. Récemment, on a parlé de Samuel de Champlain. Je l'ai regardé ton vidéo, Max. What are the shortcuts? Somebody told me yesterday that you can actually maximize the scene window with a shift and space. Oh, actually, it's control and spacebar. No, it's not. Yeah, it's actually shift and spacebar. So when you're doing like some modification, you want to be in full screen without actually going full screen, then shift spacebar actually maximize any window in Unity, whichever one you are, whichever one you're focusing right now with your cursor. So really useful stuff. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna create a ladder, but I'll put it in a weird angle so you guys know how flexible this thing can be. So let's do 45 degrees. And now, how are we going to be able to tell that this is a ladder? I think we can simply be using a tag. Every object that has an interaction on it could have a tag. And yeah. Hold on, I'm thinking. Yeah, we could be using a tag. Okay. Thing is, we're also going to need something else to interact with, so I'm going to create a new script. A new folder right now. Let's do need a name for all the interactable game objects. So interactable. Hopefully I did not butcher that word, and if I did, you'll let me know. I know how cool you guys are. Ladder. Okay. Drag and drop this thing on our object. Now it knows that it is a ladder. Hey bro, I have a question related to the Veggie Ninja game. Can't we add more vegetables? Yes, of course you can. Now, unfortunately, I don't really know, I don't remember every code I write, but you can simply, if we only did like one object, just have a list of game object, and instead of spawning one, you do a for each on it. It's really just a matter of transforming something that is for a single veggie to multiple veggie using either list or arrays. I double click on this thing. I'm going to be setting a tag directly from programming because I know that when I make my level, I'll forget about tagging everything as ladder, and that's going to be annoying. So let's do GameObject.tag is equal to ladder. Now, for this one, what I wanted to do is to actually just create some kind of bounding box, and if you enter that bounding box, your player should snap to the ladder. So we're gonna go and do a private void on collision enter. Will that work? Let's try it out. So on collision enter, if the collision is the player, then we send his motor. Okay, so that's gonna be weird. If the collision is a player, or any other NPC really, if collision dot get component, can we do that? No. Okay, check this out. Base motor BM is equal to collision game object get component base motor. Okay, that's gonna work. Now, if BM is not equal to null, that means we're That means that the person who collide with the ladder, is either a NPC or a player, or anything, anything that can actually move around. So if it is, BM change state ladder, or climbing ladder. Let's be specific here. Climbar ladder. Climbing ladder. And may I just ask you, are you from the Philippines? Yeah, Philippines, I guess that's what you wanna ask me. No, I'm not from the Philippines, but I've lived there for a long time working at the Freedom MCN, so I'm really familiar with the places. Dude, your French accent reminds me of the comedian Rashid Badouri. Rashid Badouri. Is Rashid Badouri the black one? Rashid Badouri. No, okay. Oh, it's yeah, this guy. Hmm. Maddox, you don't know why you get ignored? Let me go up and read your comments, Maddox, so you're not ignored anymore. You didn't you didn't say anything, man. Hey, Lockdown, what's up? Good morning. Okay, so is that's our ladder script. It's right here. We do have a collision. This cube is not tagged as ladder though. But we're not using the tag ever, so that doesn't really matter for now. So I feel like this should work, but I did not save. Okay, stupid me. Awesome. Let's go back. Tag, a ladder is not defined. We have to create a tag for this thing. So I'm gonna go under tag, ladder, and let's try this now. So still nothing. I'm gonna go in the script and start debugging a bit. Let's do debug.log. We're gonna debug the BM actually. BM being the base motor. Okay, so here's our problem. It's actually never being called. On collision enter is not being called from here. Why is that? So we're on ladder. Ladder has a collision, of course. I hope. That would suck if it didn't. Yeah, it's right here. Let's rename this, by the way. What could be the problem in this code? If you guys can figure it out before me, you get the awesome points. Good afternoon for some of us. Hey guys, let's learn something for a change. Well, I mean, if you want to learn something, that's just up to you. This morning we're just chilling. We're making a little games, then we're sharing the code with everybody. If you want to go and learn stuff, I guess you could tag along here. But we're not doing anything specific. Like, we have in mind to make this controller works, make this ladder work, and then we'll find out what else we do. Okay, so it really feels like it's never being called, like ever. So I'll be moving this thing. Let's actually just do debug.log of the collision you are hitting. And let's remind ourselves, is collision enter what it should be? What if I move this to on trigger enter? That's not callback, is it? Let's do on trigger enter. Yeah, it is colliding. Yeah, you're right. It is colliding because the normal is appearing. However, the script on top of my object is not, like, it doesn't seem to work at all. So I've just moved it to on trigger, and now I'll just walk through it, see if something happens. And something does happen. As you can tell, I get my stupid call right here. So it works for on trigger. It doesn't seem to work for on collision enter. On collision enter. Oh, it's still on trigger. But my bad. Well, it kind of makes me think that maybe we should be using on trigger. Yeah, we're gonna be using on trigger, so we're gonna be using like a collider for the whole ladder, and then we have a on trigger box in front of it, or only where we can actually snap. That sounds like a good idea actually, but it doesn't fix. I mean, the problem is still there. I don't want to disregard it, but it's actually gonna be a good fix. So I'll be creating an empty game object beneath my original ladder, and this one's gonna have our script. So here it is. And it also needs a box collider on it. This one we can squeeze it down a little bit, put it only in the front, so maybe like this, and then we move it like that so it only snaps when you're in front of it. You wanted me to add the parameters. It doesn't matter if you're using the parameter or not actually, because I didn't use it for the on trigger enter. You said hello 4 times and he never replies. Hey Maddox, how you doing? Good morning, my friend. Chandal, what we're doing this morning, we're creating, well, we're still doing the same thing we're doing last week on the Sunday Funday. We're just having a character move around. Today we added a jump. That was like super fast. Like with the state machine, we do everything super fast. And now we're actually trying to implement a ladder so our player can go up and snap to it, basically. So that thing is going to take like 2 seconds. Now we have this. That's going to be our trigger object. Let's also drag and drop this right here so we have a save version for later. Prefab. Drop it in here. There's so many people tuning in this morning. It's like crazy. 70 people. I wanna celebrate this. I'm gonna go get another glass of orange juice quite soon. That's how I celebrate. I drown myself in orange juice. Okay, let's go for on trigger enter. Now in this case we do need the parameters and I don't remember what they are. It's not a collision. When you do a on trigger enter, it is a collider. Okay, so I'm pulling it up right here. You want to be using a collider. So collider call. Oh, and also, sorry, I kind of looked at a comment but I didn't reply it. You asked me what am I using to do multi-line addition. You ask if it was like a plugin. It's actually not a plugin. It's just like I'm holding the Alt key, and when you're holding the Alt key, you can actually do square selection in Visual Studio. So that allows me to write on multiple lines, basically. So you go like this, you say, hello darkness, my old friend. Which is also very useful when you want to do like commenting. So if I want to comment all of that, here you go. And yeah, that's it. Okay, so back to our original code. When we enter the trigger, then it actually grabs the object, the ladder grabs the object it's interacting with. If that object has a base motor on it, it's going to tell that object, okay, right now you're entering the climbing ladder state. Right now it should crash since we don't have a climbing ladder state, but at least we're going to know if it works or not. And right now the trigger is not on its trigger. Let's put that back. Why is it not working? What are we like colliding with? That's my question. We're colliding with the ladder, so that makes sense. However, the is trigger is not being called. It was being called earlier. Okay, so it was just not big enough. Right, let's make this a little bit bigger, like that. There we go. Now it works, technically. So we get a crash. It's because we don't have the climbing ladder state. Let's go ahead and create that real quick. We're under motor, we're under state. Gonna go right here. Climbing ladder. We want to make this inherit from base state. And then public override. It's actually going to be a little bit more difficult than I thought. So public override construct. So when we enter this, let's actually make sure that we're not falling anymore. Vertical velocity is equal to 0. When we override the process motion, let's check, is our player holding up or is he holding down? If he's holding up, we have to move up compared to the wall vector. And if he's holding down, we have to look down, basically. Now, there's like, I could cheat, be really bad, and have it only work on the vector up and down axis, but if the ladder is a little bit tilted, then we're gonna have like a real mess over there. Let me just look at the comments real quick. The models are high quality or low poly. I mean, I'll let you figure that out. I think that you need to add rigid body to use on collision. The character controller actually inherits from the rigid body. So when you have a character controller, just tell yourself that it is a rigid body, but it's not being affected by physics, and it's also not kinematic. It just gives you, it's just like a nice wrapper. But in the end, it is a collision object. It is being part of the whole physics engine because it tests the collision, but you know, it's not doing everything else that a rigid body does. Hey, I've created a game for Android with Unity, but the phone is overheating when playing the game. Yes, this is normal. As bad as it might sound, the engine is rendering 3D graphics. It's actually quite heavy on the phone. Hey, Dem Keys, what's up? We're just coding a little bit this morning. We're just having a bit of fun, creating some 3D stuff, 3D state machine. And let's actually just keep going a little bit. We need to add our climbing ladder state to our player, even though it's not finished. I just want to see if our ladder works. Okay, so what's our problem? We have a no reference exception. State.construct is not working. Did we type it wrong? So we typed it like this, climbing ladder, and over here is climbing ladder, so it's the same thing. Also, let's remove that. We do have the object on our player now. Okay. That's funny. Let's go do a debug.log here. See what's wrong. I don't know why I'm doing so much debug.log. I feel like I should be doing a lot more of just breakpoints, but sometimes it takes so long to start the engine with the breakpoints. Hey, that's funny. Now that I actually put something in there, now that I put the debug.log, it actually works. So right now, as you can tell, we are in the climbing ladder state, and we're stuck in it because there is no transition out. We're still using the base inputs since that's just how it is. Let's actually get rid of those so we can't move it all on X and also Z axis. So input is going to be equal to vector3.0. Now we can't move anymore. If that's actually a really bad thing to do now that I think about it. We need those input to know if we're going up or down. So let's do a debug.log input. Okay. So up in this case would be up and down is all on the Z axis, as you can tell right here. I'm holding S right now, it's going -1. I'm holding W, it's going 1. So we'll be using the Z axis to know how we're going to be moving. So input is going to be equal to vector3 dot up times input dot z. This thing could actually work. Let's also add a climb speed. Why not? So climb speed. And do a multiply by that. So somebody's asking, is this the Subway Surfer thing? No, Subway Surfer thing is usually on Saturday. I don't want to put like any schedule around it, since you know there might be some Saturday where I can't make it, but it's usually just, yeah, it's really just on Saturday. Funday is for having fun. We're just doing a little bit of everything. Why not? Whoopsie. Let's go back in. So what I did right here is, as soon as we snap to the ladder, like right here, I'm unable to move on left and right. Right now I'm holding A and D. Nothing happens, but I can go up and I can go down. So that's it. That's really it. Now we're going to be making sure that if we hit the floor, then we are grounded, and also if we go beyond that point, then we're not, we're no longer following the ladder. So the big problem we have with this state is really that it's going to be hard to find out how to get out of it at this point. It's easy to check if we're grounded, like that's the easiest thing to do, but checking if we are actually past this is going to be a little bit hard. Right now, let's just make sure that we can actually just get on the floor. Public override void. We're overriding the transition. If motor is grounded, then motor.change state. We are now walking. And it might be a little bit weird. Let's see that. Oops. So we're falling right now. We're climbing the ladder. If I go on the floor, there we go. So there's no way to get out of this until I hit the floor right now. And I can go back. Oh yeah, but that's also going to be a problem. So when I exit this thing, or when I try to just walk to it, we enter the grounding state right away, and then we're stuck there. Alright, how about we add some more condition right here? Motor input vector dot z is smaller than 0. How about that? Oh yeah, that works fine. So basically what I said is, if I'm walking towards a ladder, then my input.z is either 0 or beneath 0. So that shit I don't want. Oh, by the way, sorry about the swearing. I gotta stop swearing so much. I'm like, when I speak French, I never swear. Never swear. It's only in English because I'm affected by... I'm getting my English all from the internet, and you know how toxic this place can be sometimes. So I'm really sorry about that. So let's look at the comment a little bit. Are you sure you don't want to use onTrigger stay? Actually, that's a very good thing. Yeah, we could be using onTrigger stay. That's actually a very good thing. Thank you, Alvern DBL. Check your Facebook. I left you a message. I actually check my Facebook when I'm in the bus, so that's gonna be tomorrow when I'm going to work. I'm sorry, Facebook, like I said, Facebook is being spam. If you want to reach me, the best way to reach me right now is using like this magical application, Discord. It's amazing. I can look at all my comments while I'm in the bus. Why didn't you made it Saturday? Oh, I get it. I get it. Salmon says, notice me, senpai. You have been noticed. What is the benefit of doing this rather than doing it all in one player class? Well, if you just have an example right here, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. It's like a really old game, a really cool game. You have a player walking around. He can jump. He can climb ladder. He can use his hook shot. He can climb on the horse. He can ride the horse. He can shoot while he's on the horse. He can do backflips. He can do a bunch of things. Like I didn't list all of them, that's for sure. But he can be holding a weapon. He can be holding a bomb. He can be doing so much things, so you need to split these in different scripts. If you don't, you're just gonna end up with 5,000 line of code, and good luck adding feature to that. How do we know if you're looking at the comments? Well, you know now. What is your name? My name is Michael. Yep. I have Discord. I'll reach out to you. Very good. I think on collision enter needs one of the two objects to have a rigid body. Yes, that is right. One of them has to have a rigid body, and the character controller is considered as one. I'm not getting viewers on Twitch, so he's on YouTube. That's actually quite accurate. And also, when I'm on Twitch, I usually play games because, I don't know, I just feel like Twitch is for games and YouTube is for other things. This is not the continuity of Subway Surfer. You are not seeing my messages on Discord, not at the moment. And this episode is really just about creating something that we can move around with and also climb ladders. So we have the walking, we have the jumping, we have the ladder now, and we need to fix it. Like the, I forgot your name already. I'm so sorry, but somebody commented we need to actually put that in on a on trigger enter, which makes a lot more sense. Sorry, on trigger stay. So on trigger, actually let's keep them both. On trigger enter, and when we leave it, then we go back to another state. On trigger exit. How about falling? Use restream.io to stream on both YouTube and Twitch. The thing is, it's pointless for me to stream on Twitch. Like really, there's nothing for me to gain from streaming on Twitch. Meanwhile, if I stream on YouTube, it actually helps the whole channel out because I'm getting watch time in minutes. So it's really just a matter of knowing where to go. In my case, it's like somebody told me, "Oh, you should be using Instagram more." I'm like, no, nobody's gonna watch Instagram to get like tutorials and stuff like that. I do have Instagram. I post like personal stuff on it, so it's really not, well, not personal. I don't want you to see, but it's just like pictures of, say, the trip I've made in the Philippines and stuff like that. So I don't think it's a good idea at all to spread so much. YouTube is the place where I get my views, so I should just stick on YouTube. Okay, let's have a quick look at this thing right here. I'm walking up this thing. I need to actually snap as well. Like we need to snap to the ladder, and then when I get out, I enter the falling state. It's a little bit glitchy. We can of course work on that. And whoops, I just fell to my death. Yeah, Instagram, lol. That's what I thought too. So Instagram is a no-go for me. Okay, I think we can fix this problem by simply, how to say that? Snapping our player to the ladder. I don't want to be using a transform dot position. I don't want to be moving its position like that. So we'll have to find another way. I sent you a message 2 days ago on Discord, but you didn't see. I gave you a tutorial suggestion on Discord. Guys, so many people keep sending tutorial suggestion. I really just want to finish the Subway Surfer and then we'll see where we go. It's like everybody has good ideas, but at the same time I have to choose, else I can't balance that with my week time job, my daytime job, and like this thing we do on the weekend. And sometimes I see your comments and I don't answer them. Like another reason for that is I think I have a picture right here. Like in the last 7 days, my comments increased by 8,026, which is a lot of comments. Alright, so too many people in here. I'm gonna go get an orange juice real quick just to celebrate. I'll be right back. cheers to the weekend and other things, making games. I just wanted to say thank you for your videos. I started 4 months ago and I watched your tutorial, learned a lot. Once I get my games out on the market, I'll donate some of the profit. Hey, we're not working on donation. I really appreciate those, but that's not the point. If you can just, instead of donating, you can just like point out your friends that also want to make game to my channel. So much more, like it's so much more worth to me, so I can get the watch time and grow this channel. My goal is to get the 100,000 subscriber, and then after that, I'll be happy forever. Alright, let's focus a bit. We needed to snap this thing, and then we needed to add a camera. The camera is awful right now. So let's think, how could we go and snap this ladder? Snap to the ladder. When we're climbing, do we have a wall vector? I feel like we do have one. Yeah, we do have one on contact. Do we always have one though? No, we don't always have it. So the best way to go about this would be to actually tell the motor like where he should be. Or can we just, I feel like we can also just grab this thing. How about call the transform dot position? I said I don't want to do that. I'm facing a big problem here. Identity crisis. Okay, we'll just leave it like that for now. That's kind of thing that we have to add to a like the checkbox at the end, and be like, we gotta fix this, we gotta fix this, we gotta find a good way to go about this problem, because we could just like put duct tape on it right now and say transform the position is equal to whatever point you're at right now, but that would be like really disgusting. Alright. Hey, something I gotta tell you guys. I really enjoy making videos on YouTube because I can actually go look at them back in the future. Like this thing, the third person camera controller. I don't want to store it on my computer anywhere. I don't have any space, so I can just go back and grab my code. Oh, and it says I'm live. Nice. I can just go grab my code and use that. So that's like a good way for me to store my code. And I was using MonoDevLop back in the days. Things have changed so much. Alright, so I was about to create a script right here for the camera. Also guys, the camera is going to have a state machine as well. So camera motor. Let's add a third person camera state. Right now it's only going to be like a third person script. Eventually it's going to be a third person camera script. Third person camera state. Okay. So what do we have in here? We have the public transform. Let's use that. We have a look at, and we also have a cam transform. I don't need all of this. I'll just be skipping a lot of it. Distance in between the player, that's fine. Private float, current X, and current Y. Private float sensitivity, we do need that. I use the same value I put out there. And private float sensitivity 1. Y1, okay. Wow, you actually put your face. Yes, what did you expect? Live streaming without putting my face? What is this? Think this is a joke? Hey, what's up, Yumenui? Search Chandan Smart Games. Let's go check that out. Take a little break real quick. Gonna have to have a look at your application, sir. Install your favorite educational application. That's actually quite good if you make education apps. Those things are really good. So right now, all apps, you have a bunch of those. Really have a bunch of those. This one intrigues me. Telugu poems, okay. You get some good ratings too. Yeah, you do get some good ratings. Oh, is that what I think it is? Those are cool, man. Those are better than mine. I don't make apps so much. Alright, back to coding. Man, you look like that guy in Mr. Robot. Yes, that's what I try to achieve. That's my go-to style. So the camera transform is going to be the transform for now. That's fine. The camera, we don't need the camera. We just want to move the transform. Don't really need the rest. Now I need to get that line of code I've put earlier. It's really just a late update I need, to be honest. There we go. So private void update. We move the current x plus equal. Remember, code guys, you don't have to follow that much of the code. I'm gonna be sending you this thing through Discord in the end. So you all really, if you wanna have this code, just tune into Discord. Try to help some people out. Like, people have a lot of problem with their code, and they're really all nice people. If you can help them out, it pays it back in the end. If you help someone out, I'll be happy. matf.clamp, and then we will clamp in between the minimum maximum value, which we don't have. What did we put at the top? 0, 0, and 50. Oops. Current y. Then 0, 0, and 50. Whoa, 80 people watching. Amazing. Don't we all have nothing better to do this morning in this awesome Sunday morning? Hey dude, so you do game development full-time? I used to. Right now I'm doing web development full-time, and I have this thing on YouTube. Hey man, I had a doubt in Subway Surfer. I use an asset for making the pieces, and they are too heavy in polygons. So should I actually move all the environment or the character only? It doesn't matter, to be honest. If you're only moving like a parent object that contains everything, it's the same thing as only moving the player. Because either way, it's being re-rendered every frame, and it has the position of every vertex every frame, so it really doesn't matter in terms of performance. Programming is life. Yeah, I guess that's my life. That's what I chose to do, and that's what I stick with. Okay, fun fact right here, guys. We're coding a camera right here that is that has two updates on it, a update and also a late update. Update is actually only used for the inputs. So right now we're only pulling our mouse axis. Are we moving our mouse? Are we actually supposed to move the camera? And in the late update, this is where we actually do the movement of this thing. So this is where we change the transform.position. Reason is, you want to be moving your camera in a late update, because most of the time your camera is going to be depending on someone else's position. In this case, of course, the player. If the player moves, then the camera has to move. It can't be the other way around. So if the camera moves first and then the player moves, you're gonna get that small glitter in your game that's just gonna make you go crazy and shout at the game, destroy your console, call the cops, and the routine, you know? That's what we do on a daily basis here. Nerg, do you still need 2D cartoon art help? I can help you on your next project. I don't need it anymore, I'm so sorry. But yeah, well, I mean, I always need art, but at the same time, nobody agrees. Well, it's not nobody agrees. It's I really never feel like asking so much. Would you be ready to give that art away to everybody else? Because like, if I make art on my own, then that's fine. I can just give it out to you guys, no problem. However, if I use somebody's else art and then I give it to you guys, then I get in trouble. So it's really just a matter of finding someone that's willing to share it to everybody. Because like, I could like use your art, make some good looking stuff, but then again, have you seen how many apps I've released in the last year? A total of 1. It's a really bad, shitty app. So that's not my goal. I'm not trying to make any money on the asset store. I'm not trying to make any money on the ad revenue or anything. Actually, on YouTube, yes, but not on the games. So my focus is really just about YouTube and helping you guys here. I get my ad revenue from YouTube. I don't care so much about Google Play and the Google services. Actually, if we go back to the topic real quick of moving either the player or moving the whole environment, I believe that personally I would move the player because it would allow me to do some other things with physics in the environment. I know that the player is never going to use physics because I always code everything in with a character controller. However, the other things in the game might have physics, such as the example I gave away is imagine some boxes falling down on the street or something like that. You want to have like an effect that looks physically realistic. You can't actually do that if you're moving the environment. If you're actually like throwing down some boxes, you want them to fall on the streets. Well, they're going to follow the same movement as you know, since you're moving this thing, it's gonna act like a big gust of wind towards your player. You don't want that. Best online teacher, hey, I'm just one of these. Anyone have a good third-person controller script? We're currently making one. It's a little bit complex, but it's a state machine. Eventually, it's gonna be super good. And I should actually focus on it. Okay, so where were we at? Going to drag and drop our script, see exactly what state we're in. We need to look at. That's going to be our player. And I don't think we use the camera transform, so we don't technically need it right now. So this is what we end up with. Amazing script, I'm telling you right there. Whoa, this is so annoying. Okay, let's find out why. So minus distance. Oh, I thought I put 10. I just put 1. My bad. There we go. So we end up with something like this. I don't really like the controls that are like, I just move my mouse and it happens. I like to actually hold the button for that to happen. So just like in the good old days of World of Warcraft, input, get mouse button, and we're gonna be moving with right click. I'm that kind of guy. Let's move with right click, guys. Boom. Also, bring that in here. Oops. Remember your keybinds, really useful keybinds. You're using Alt and the up down arrow key to move lines. You're using Shift to go up, and then you can also play with that. But learn your keybinds, they're really useful. Okay, so that did not work because I didn't save, obviously. Now I'm moving my mouse, nothing happens, holding right click, and now I can move my mouse. Amazing. My only problem right now is if I hold W, it goes on the world axis. And that is not how we want this to happen. Expert guy says, would you recommend using Blender? Yes. Yes. If you're not used, like if you've never used a 3D software before, please pick up Blender. The only problem I have switching from the one I currently use to Blender is the fact that I'm so used to the other keybinds on the other software that I can't get used. Like I can't get used to the Blender keybind. They're so messed up. It uses so many weird key combination, and I'm just used to 3ds Max. It's just, yeah, use Blender. I recommend it. Yeah, you guys can also join Bergzerg on Discord. Make sure to say hi to him from me. Be like, hey, Nerg says hi. There you go. Here is the link, my friend. It's also another very good game development channel if you're using Discord. He does a lot of things. Like we have a looking for collab, we have a public asset for sharing. Oh, I should steal that from him. I'm just kidding. But yeah. If you go see the if you go on this guy's Discord, tell him I said hi. I want him to notice me. He was my very first teacher. Okay, so we had this thing. Now I needed to rotate the input. We have to do it in the player motor. I believe we had a space for it as well. Amazing. We left a space for this thing. So, private transform camera container. Why not? Do we have access to a start or initialize here? So there is a state. Well, I mean there is a start. I just need to override it. So let's do a protected virtual start. Then back on my player motor, I can do a protected override start. Keep the base.start. That's really important. And camera container is equal to camera.main transform. Actually, in case you're wondering, base.start actually goes back to this start and it runs it first. Well, actually it runs it in whatever order you want it to run. So all of this code is being ran before this line. It could also be the other way around, but you know, where would be the fun in that? So let's read a little bit. Yeah, but if you know the other 3D apps, you can get into Blender quite easily as well. That's a good point. That's a good point. I'll give that to you, Gabriel. Everything is hard when it's your first time. Yes. That sounded like a really bad sex joke. Season is a little bit easy. Start your free course today. Hey, Jason, I'm glad you started that. How do you find it thus far? Okay, I think we had a method for that in our helper. Let's try this thing out. So input vector, motor helper, rotate with view. We did. I am so glad that I remember what I did last time. There we go. Is that all we need? Why is this not working? Impossible to pass any property. Okay. That is true. That's actually quite true. shall we cheat? Impossible to convert void to a 3D. Why? Oh, because it's a reference. Okay, I get it now. I get it. I get it. Wait, we can't actually use that. I'm being confused right now. Process motion. Before we process motion, we have to rotate with the view. So input, we keep it the same way as it was. Input vector. Then we pass in our move vector is equal to actually vector 3. Move is equal to input vector, and then we pass in that move. So we have the move assigned as this, then we parse it, well, we don't parse it, but we rotate it with the view, and then we put it back inside of the move vector. Is that going to... No. Nope, we don't. We put it in here. Should we put it in here? I'm confused now. Just give me a good minute to think about this. Actually, I'll be picking it up from another implementation, if I can find one. Let's have a look at this. So rotate the move vector with camera's direction, okay? So I'll pretty much just copy over what I've done when I had my mind clear. Okay, so we're sending in the input. That's the one that has not been... Okay, so yeah, I get it. Input is the base input of your controller, and then we start modifying this for use in the move vector later. I get it. I get it now. And then we process this thing. Process using it. 1, 2, 3. Rotate with you, rotate with you. Cool. We're back. We're back on track. Transfer inputs to the move vector before parsing it, or processing it, I guess. Parsing is a good word. I know how to type that one. There we go. Hey, it did work. So I'm moving forward. I'm only holding W right now. And as you can tell, let's take the ladder, go up. Oh, amazing. How about we do some design right here? Some novel design. I'm just kidding, I suck at this thing too. There's a lot of things I suck at. I wish I was good at a lot of art stuff and design stuff. Hey, we're climbing the ladder, boys. We made it. We can also jump. Weird ass jump, but hey, we'll deal with it. And yeah, that's another state right there. Let's have a look at the comment. You guys choose what we do next. I'm bored of choosing. So let's have a look here. I work with Blender for about 5 months. Okay. People can help me in shape me movement. I can't really tell what's wrong with your code, to be honest. What is the game this Funday Sunday is about? It's the same one as last week. We've made progress. We've made it so you can actually jump now, which is, always fun in games. And you can also climb ladder, so you're actually stuck to this thing. As you can tell, I can only go up and down. And we should do something where if we jump, it actually push you off. We'll find that out later on as we go. And that's it. That's what we've done thus far. Please make a video on steering UI control for car left and right movement. Unfortunately, we are not gonna do that right now. We're gonna stick to making the Subway Surfer. I'm sorry, I can't take every single suggestion we have. It's getting a little bit insane with like so many comments we get. In fact, it's getting so insane that I've moved from Facebook to Discord. If you guys have video suggestion, you can come in this tab, and yeah. So Happy Farang said shader are always interesting to me, so I'll be making a video about shaders since I find that I can cover that quite fast. Well, not quite fast, but we can cover it progressively with the easiest stuff at first, and then in terms of making those videos, it's not like a long-term investment. It's not like, oh, we're gonna make another Subway Surfer game, or we're not gonna make another Pokemon Go game. It's a simple thing we can cover, and those are the best video for me to make because I can plan them out during the week in between my breaks at work, and then I can actually come back here and make them in the afternoon or something. A lot of people are asking for help right now in the programming help. I'll be in that channel later on today. We need a cheap achievement system tutorial. Hey, cheap achievement system. Why can't you have like an expensive one? Greetings from Germany. There's a lot of people from EU. I'm glad to have you guys here. So what could we do next, guys? What could we do next on this little piece of code? Remember that this is going to be shared with you at the end of the stream on Discord. I know I'm pushing my Discord forward, but that's just where I want to centralize everybody so we can communicate better there. And also having all of you guys at the same place with no direct it's not like Facebook where you send me a message and I'm the only one to see it. It's like a place where you send your message, you ask for help, and a lot of people can help you, not just me, which means because I can't deal with all the messages I'm getting anymore. So having other people there help me out answer these things, quality. Everybody's happy in the end. So I don't really have anything in mind right now for that game. Evade system. I guess we could be making a state where you actually go left or right, something like that. But I don't think, adding combat in this. I don't think like we're gonna be adding combat. Like in Halo Reach. Haven't really played Halo Reach that much. In fact, I haven't played it. Next, player can change his mind while climbing. Give him a chance. Okay. I'm assuming you're saying that we should actually have an exit out of this. So it's really simple. Go under the climbing ladder. And then look, so if we do say input get key down, key code spacebar, then we can do a motor change state and actually go into a jumping state. How about that? That sounds good. What kind of game we're making? We're not making anything, like, we're just making technology we can share with, like, in the end. It's not really a game. We don't really have a plan for a game right now. It's just a matter of creating stuff, really, and trying to explain it along the way. So we're dropping down right now. We're dropping down from the ladder. I go up, press on spacebar. You can apply a force in the normal direction of the ladder. That's exactly what I want to do, but the only problem is we don't have it since I'm using a on trigger. However, like I said, we need to actually take this thing and stick it to the ladder. In this case, it would actually give you the vector we want, so the wall vector we want. What happens if you jump while climbing? This happens. So you're dropping down, basically. And also, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but feels like this thing is not on the floor. He's in a walking state right now, so we need to actually tell him to apply some gravity. Okay, so we did here, input vector 3 dot down. Why is it not moving down? Yeah, you want to see jumping up the ladder? We need to get the normal for that. So I feel like we should be... I mean, the ladder could know his own normal. That could be fun. That would make sense actually, but we need a way to store it in a motor. And you know, guys, I don't want to just put some fields up here or in the base motor that's going to be only for ladder. I need to put something that's going to be generic. The state would know. Like, the state should actually know. This is the thing that should know. Oh, expert? I'm not doing any coroutine. I hate coroutine. Like, I hate coroutine so much. Being able to push other object, that one is cool. We should do that one. But I want this thing to know what the normal is. So I want the state climbing ladder to know what is the ladder normal. This is something I'd like the ladder to know. Well, the state to know. Now I don't know exactly how we're going to be pushing that, because from the ladder itself we only do a change state. Now we need to do something else. Well, we need to do a changing state with parameters in it. So how about we go right here, do a public virtual void string state name, so the exact same thing as we had, and then we shoot him a params like that. How do we write params again? Let me Google this thing. Okay, so params object list. That'll do the job. Why not? Uh, uh, um. Can you make a Clash Royale like? Can you please make a Clash Royale like a game? I guess you're saying, can I make it some kind of Clash Royale? This thing would take so long to do, guys. This would be crazy long to do. You thought coroutine were good to make a game loop. I am going to disagree, but I won't tell you why. I'm the only place where I'll be using coroutine is when I'm waiting for a web server. So like you do a www request and then you start in a coroutine. But I would not use coroutine anywhere else. Like I'd rather make my own in-game timers than use coroutines. And that just comes from personal preference. I've seen people mess up their game using coroutines, having stuff that they didn't know they called in the past, and then it would just repeat. It's just nope, nope. Okay, so why do I hate coroutine? Like I said, I hate them because it's just like a leak. If you forget about those, they're gonna mess up your whole game. And what do I use instead of using that? I'm using a simple timer. So I go like time.time minus whatever action, so last action is bigger than cooldown, and then I run that in an update. As simple as that. Okay, so we're creating a change state that also took in parameters. It's gonna do the exact same thing as here. I'm gonna remove the state name. I don't know why it's there. And we are going to send in P for parameters, in case you do have any. Which means we're gonna need two construct, one that takes a param P. And I'm putting them as object lists because I simply don't know what we're gonna be sending. Oh, that makes me think. Okay. Well, no. Okay, that's fine. That's cool. We can leave it like that. I think. I hope. And this construct right here is gonna be using our params. So params object list again. P. Okay, cool. Oh my god, Bergzerg Sensei. Hey, it's Bergzerg. What's up, man? You've been using invoke repeating. See, that's like kind of stuff that I've never actually touched. Invokes a method in time seconds. Okay, send then repeat. Okay. So invokes repeating would work. I guess I don't know what invoke repeating is based off. I really like it's a field that I've never really explored in the past. But I'm assuming that it does work. It has to work. So back on my construct right here, I wanted to give a parameter to ladder. BM change state. Okay, so this is where we do it, and now we have to find the actual normal of this thing. We're on the object. How do we go about finding the normal of this object? We could... How could we go about doing this? We could grab the collider, ask... Well, I mean, there has to be a way to grab the normal of this thing. Oh, using the transform rotation, we could do that. We'd have to use the parents transform in this case. And just take the rotation right here, turn it into a vector. So how do we go about turning a rotation value into a normal? think I'm losing my mind. These type of stuff, like, I should actually know how to do them right away. How about transform? Dot forward, that's it. I'm really stupid. So we're going to be using the parent transform since this one does not, this one is only the trigger. We're going to be using the actual visual mesh. Then we're going to be using the forward. So what direction is this forward pointing in? If we go in local, it's pointing towards this. So that would be the normal. We want it to go, like, we want the normal to be on the other side, so we'll do minus this thing. So technically at this point, the climbing ladder should have the vector 3 right here. So I'll do a debug.log of those param, which is only one param. Let's read a little bit. Yeah, I'm really happy to see Bergzergen here. Like, did not expect. Can you make a grappling hook? Yeah, we could do a grappling hook. Why not? He uses invoke and then invoke cancel. We don't need it anymore. It is actually quite logical to do such things. Okay, so do we have our system.object, obviously. Let's actually point it towards the first object. See if it actually is able to tell that we're sending it a vector. It's actually able to see it. So that's our vector right here, minus 0, 7 in x and also minus 0, 7 in z. That is the normal we get for a object that is 45 degrees. Alright. We have this. We store it inside of the ladder normal. So ladder normal is going to equal to this. And how do we go? Well, we have to cast it first. So vector 3. And then let's use the very first object we send as a parameter. Would be smart to actually add it somewhere right here. So param is equal to vector 3 ladder normal. Just to remind ourselves that what we're getting right here is the ladder normal and nothing else. Some other state could use a lot more things, such as I see like a booster pad or even the grappling hook. Like say the boosting pad, we walk on it, we need to know where it's actually going to send us. So you need to send that information from the booster pad to the actual state of the player. So we have the normal right here. What we could do is actually push inward. Push the player a little bit inward. Could we do that? Input plus equal, actually minus equal ladder normal. And yeah, as you can tell right now, we're being pushed for like we're being pushed like right on this thing. We can tell because even by going just up and down, then we trigger the collision on this thing. So that's really cool. Now that means we do have a wall vector we can play with. We also have this vector we can play with, the ladder vector. So say we jump. Say we jump. Should we actually send that to the jump as well? Should we send additional parameters to the jump? I guess we could send additional parameters to the jump. Or no, even better. That's what we should do. We should go in the destruct. Let's go over to the public override, destruct this phase, and do something like move vector. We don't have access to it. So mother.move vector is equal to ladder normal. How about that? Times random force. We'll put that on 3. Why not? So which means when we're getting off the ladder, it should push us. It pushes us a little bit, but we're not keeping the velocity because our falling state does not keep the velocity of last frame. But like just to go super insane, let's put that like on 20 so I can show you guys what it does. It actually pushes us backward. Now if we were to send this over to our falling state, then we'd get a proper get off mechanic. We can also get back on it. A lot of Discord messages? I would only assume. Well, there's this guy this morning that started the Breakfast Club, so amazing. We're gonna be looking at. I'm gonna be going over these messages when we're done with streaming, which should not be too far away from now. We usually stream for 2 hours, or like 1 hour 45, simply because brain goes out, and when my brain starts going out, then I get stupid. We don't make any progress, and it just sucks from there. Okay, so we added the ladder normal. We're pushing our player a little bit inward. Oh, like look at this. We're being pulled in. So that's cool. Yeah, that's it. Jason, I am not working on Subway Surfer right now. We're just working on the 3D character controller, and actually I'm going brain dead right now, so I think I'll actually be ending the stream quite soon. Let's answer some questions. Let's also wrap up this thing, send it over to the Discord, and I think I'll be logging on later on tonight to do like a Q&A thing. Not Q&A, well, Q&A and also debugging. So you bring your project, we look at them, and try to figure out what's wrong. So Funday, this is Funday number 2. It's actually being used right now. Oh, it's actually being, it's right in Discord, I think. Did I overwrite Funday 1? No, I didn't actually. So let's see. That's the new one right here. Let's try to wrap this thing up. Okay, so that's Funday number 2. Head over to Discord, drag and drop this thing into the Funday tab. This is where we usually hang out. Oops. And let's spin it. Cool. So this is what we have right now. That's a Funday Sunday Funday, the 30th. That was last week. We're currently the 7th, and I'll be leaving those here. Can I actually add a tag to this? Edit message. Avril, May. We're in May, right? Yes, okay. There we go. Oh, you just came in and we're ending the stream? Yeah, I mean, I don't want to keep them, like, I don't want to stream for too long because at one point I just stopped doing code, and that's not really fun. Let's see. I want to show you my game. I got a stream going on at Twitch. Yeah, sure, Gabriel. Just send us the link, and we'll be looking at it. Sweet dude, what time are you coming back on for game reviews and advice? Oh, game review could actually be quite cool. I have no real time, to be honest. I wish I did. Was a little bit more scheduled, but I don't. Usually I'm just gonna paste something in the chat, be like, oh, everybody, we're streaming right now, or and I'll make sure to do everyone on it so you get a notification. So many people in Discord now, it's like super cool. Nice. Let's see. But yeah, Gabriel, send me a link, and I'll be looking at it in a second. Also, I think we need the bot for Discord. Still haven't figured out how to use it yet. Alright. We got 168 members on Discord. It's growing quite fast. You can send a link. Can you actually send it over to Discord if you're on there? WebSocket with WebGL. Any ideas? WebSocket with WebGL. I have like this thing. I don't want to talk too much about it, but I have a tutorial coming eventually. It's not like anytime soon, unfortunately. I have to like learn a lot more, but there is a multiplayer game coming, and the multiplayer is going to be running on any machine. The server is going to be running on any machine, so any Windows, any Linux, even Mac OS, and you're going to be able to log on that game, on that server from Chrome or Firefox or anywhere, even standalone. So I have something coming eventually that's going to be using WebSocket, and it is quite cool. That's all I'm going to say. Right click on channel to invite. Yeah, what am I doing here? Here, channel name, sure. Invite. Boom. Link is in the description. I'm also going to put it in the chat right now. You've made a WebSocket game with a Node.js server. I am proud of you. I'm sorry, I'm still not used to actually using this camera properly. I need to set up my stream eventually. But hey, you don't care about seeing my face, do you? I wish I could bring the camera outside, guys. You would see like it's super sunny, but it's also raining. Amazing. What is the difference between Visio community and professional? That's a good question. What is Visio? I'm assuming this is like the UML language for Microsoft. Um, I'm not gonna like go into anything. I'm not gonna tell you what it is because I don't know what it is, to be honest. But if you're looking at Visual Studio like professional and community, they're basically the same exact thing unless you're pushing it to a real production. So just imagine that if you need license at one point, if you're actually scaling up your team, just tell yourself that you're gonna need the professional version. Oh, Visual Studio? Hey, amazing. Visual Studio is the same exact thing. You just, if you want to go for a bigger scale production and you want to use their team foundation server, then yeah, you have to buy stuff. But to be honest, I don't think I've ever seen anybody buy it. Well, I mean, I've saw people. Ubisoft had it brought, but that's also Ubisoft's. It's not a small indie studio. Yeah. Alright, so guys, I don't have anything else to say, to be honest. Yo, Gabriel, can type, but blah blah blah. Just give me your username on Twitch, yeah. We'll be looking it up through here. BXLHDR. game making with Unity 5. Let's have a look. Going to mute the ad real quick. Making a game. I'm just currently trying to make a small mobile game. Have no experience in creating game, but I'm learning as I go. That's cool. It's weird though. The one thing I don't like about Twitch is the fact that they put ads on somebody that can't even make revenue. So they were just like, we're running ads right now that's paying them fully. So let's have a look at this, Gabriel. Whenever you want. Oh, let me just... That's actually quite cool. You play that on mobile? Now I'm really wondering, like, how do you go and go left and right? Like, how do you move left and right? Oh. We can tell there's a rigid body on there. Whoa. That's insane. It's really cool, to be honest. I liked it. You even have a replay feature? Yeah, that's big props to that. That thing is cool. It's a mobile track menu, yeah. Can just let us know exactly how you go about moving left and right. If you upgrade Unity 5.4 to 5.6, everything is gonna be everything's gonna be fine, yeah. You're not gonna break anything. In fact, you're gonna get a really good video player. Okay, so it's a tilt to steer, so just like glide, so you go like this and then it moves left and right. That's really cool, man. Okay, guys. Hey, I'm actually going to end the stream right now. We've almost been going for 1:45 again, and I might start it again later tonight. I'll let you know on Discord. Right now, what time is it? It's almost noon for me. I'm thinking about something later, maybe at 7, if possible. I'm not gonna like swear on it or anything, but just a chill, looking for bug, helping out people, and also answering questions if you guys have any. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be in Discord answering the chat there. I might go play a little game of Player Unknown, just for fun. And yeah, I'll be around almost all day today. So if you have anything to ask, just ask away. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will catch you later. Peace.